Hey, what is up guys, Control here, and today's video is another Teemo Sejuani. Great day today for playing. We popped up pretty hard, didn't play too many games, but had a quick 6-3 day with the Teemo Sej list. After labbing a little bit of an Undying deck and not going so well with that, kind of went 1-5 with that, so we just decided to swap it up and go back to our good old friend Teemo, and just popped off right away 6-3. Had a great first couple of games with him, and in one of those first couple of games we actually played against Swim. One of the first times I played against him in a couple of months, actually, because we do stream at different times, which kind of leads to us not really playing against each other unless one of us is off stream playing. But ended up having a great game against him, and we kind of got 200 shrooms, which is pretty dope, so definitely check that out. It's going to be the first video, and the next two are pretty good as well. So definitely some good clips. As far as the deck goes, it's going to be very straightforward, very similar to previous versions we played. Not much has really changed at all. Honestly, I've been considering cutting a Tusk Raider for another Ursulin Spirit Walker potentially, or even a Tavern Keeper or Static Shock, but I've kind of kept the Tusk Raider as a 2-up because I have found that it is actually really good. And I kind of do want to find a way to run 3 Spirit Walkers. I'm not too sure what I want to cut though. It may end up just being a Tavern Keeper. I find that it is a decent card, but not always that crazy. I don't think I want to cut too much as far as the early game package goes. I really do like it. I think that it is really powerful. So I feel like it's something that's a little bit more expensive. You look at stuff like Chump Bump, you really don't want to cut this either because of the insane synergy with Starlit Seer and the Puffcat Peddler, obviously. And just like how it takes over games by itself without even having like a Teemo in play with all the shrooms you get in addition to the Peddlers. So it's a little bit weird finding exactly how we're going to get this third Spirit Walker in the deck, but I feel like I do want it. That's kind of what's on the horizon for this and what I'll try to figure out in the next couple streams. But overall, we're still kicking ass with this deck, really just having no issues with it at all. Still rocking like a 70+% win rate and climbing relatively easily, making up for the 4 fun games that we had with the Undying. And overall, still a great deck. It is one of the ones that I get people coming in every single day when I'm streaming, asking me about it, going, Control, like, this is just a 4 fun deck, right? It's not that good. No, it's actually really good. I can show you guys, I'm in the top 100 right now, playing very casually, while also still just like losing a bunch of MMR, LP by playing fun decks like the Undying, where I go 1-5 and, just testing stuff out. But then I come back to Teemo Sejuani and we just pop off with it. So Control rank 82 right now, 727 LP. Climbing with basically just Teemo Sejuani right now. Anything else that I've been playing recently has been just like absolutely tanking my rank. I think that I went like 2-8 with MF Sej recently. So that was really good too. But yeah, Teemo Sejuani picking me up and doing super well. Also, important thing to note here, rank 1 guy in North America, Sudden, is 2500 LP with the Teemo Elusive deck we played a little while ago. Actually jamming his list. I'm not too sure if he's changed it too much, but effectively just going to be, Ionia Wavebinders, but with Teemo as an option here, which is really sweet. And the Elusives are still really, really strong. It might be a deck that I actually revisit. I believe this is not the current version that he's playing, but it was one that he played a little while ago. Regardless, overall idea is still kind of the same. Elusives plus Teemo is rank 1. So, Teemo is a good champion, and I would say that the Teemo Sejuani deck is probably low tier 1, if you ask me. I would honestly rate it like that highly right now. Other people would probably say it's like tier 2, tier 3. I think at worst, it is a very, very high top of tier 2 deck. Yeah, that's about it. Very good deck. As far as mulligans go, that's another question I get a lot. Talk about it basically every video with this deck, but it's pretty straightforward. You want to keep Omen Hawks Teemos, very straightforward, very good cards. You want to keep Thermos in matchups where you're going to get value from it relatively early, or if you have a decent hand against X-Run champions like Swain and Sejuani mid-game to utilize it then. Elixir Vine is really good against any class that has early game removal if you have something like Teemo early on, or even like a Starlit Seer / Puffcat Peddler you want to keep alive. But yeah, as far as Mulligan goes, again, your 1 mana units are really good. 2 mana units are very strong as well. Starlit Seer is like very, very powerful, super pop-off unit. And you can keep Icevale Archer if you're going to be playing a matchup where there's a lot of early unit combat. So think like Ashe Sejuani, Icevale Archer, for example, is very good in because you can deny their 5-1 challenge card from going in. When they play it on 2, you play it to respond. Yada, yada, very, very good. Tavern Keeper is fine against aggressive decks. It's not that great right now, though. Puffcat Peddler is a good keep. Chump Wump is decent if you do have a hand that is Teemo heavy, or you're in a matchup that is one that you can go a little bit later in and you do have a hand that really requires these puff caps. So think like a Teemo hand again, or a hand with like Starlit Seer / Peddlers. That's effectively it. You can also keep Sejuani or Tusk Raider in very slow matchups, but those are few and far between right now, I find. So overall, you're just going to be looking for Teemo primarily. I mean, the 4 best cards that you're going to have are Omen Hawk, Teemo, Starlit Seer, and Puffcat Peddler. Basically with the Teemo, Starlit Seer, then Omen Hawk being the best 3. And then your supportive cards like Elixir of Iron, Mystic Shot are also very decent. And if you are on evens, you can think about keeping shared spoils. If you have a Teemo on turn 1, I guarantee like the turn 2 effect popping off. That's basically it as far as the mulligan goes. I'll go over this every couple of videos I play with this deck. And again, I'm probably going to continue making content for this list because I'm having so much fun with it. I will try to switch it up for tomorrow's video, though. Play something different today on stream and get that out for you guys tomorrow. But honestly, man, I'm in love with this deck. I don't know what to tell you guys. I really just am. I love it. It's a blast to play. It has so many fun parts about it, man. I love getting the Tusk Raider off, ripping massive units from the deck. I love having a huge overwhelm kind of way to win the Stormclaw Ursine with that later on as well. Even earlier sometimes with the unit buffs. I love the idea of Starlet Seer, Puffcap Peddler. I absolutely love Teemo. I adore this card. Nothing to say about it other than that. Just my favorite. And Sejuani's level up is just so satisfying. So I really have a hard time finding any other deck that I want to play that feels as good to me as this. So this is one that I'll be primarily playing. Sorry. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Have a great day and enjoy the shrooming. Because honestly, it was kind of a pop-off couple of games. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. I will catch you guys tomorrow. Tournament features in-game don't mean they're going to be anything to do with like them hosting tournaments though, right? I don't even remember the last time I've queued into swim. It's been so long. I'd probably just keep cards to keep my team alive. It's a good hand. Hit the Teemo button. Boom. A space hit. Hello, second Teemo. No Vile Feast type of draw. I think the mystery stuff is going to be actually kind of difficult for my deck to deal with. Also kind of in a weird spot here. I guess it's not really that weird anymore. I just go like Elixir of Iron block here. And then with the Mushroom Cloud, I have the Teemo level up for next rounds. And then with the Elixir of Iron, the second one that is, then I can also beat Grasp, so... I'd say we're kind of just in a good spot at this point. Yep. I don't know if I want my average draw to be increased with like the Puff Cloud stuff. But I think it's probably acceptable to just play. I actually should do it with combat because I'm going to be getting the attack off anyways next rounds. So I don't need the plunder.
I'll scout ahead. I love the smell of mushrooms in the morning.
So I think it makes more sense to like do it after because then the amount of puff caps that I'm going to be doubling is higher. And I also won't be wasting shrooms in a phase where I'm already getting the plunder for Sedge. That's kind of cool. It's got 2 mana left. I think it's jam the Clump Pump. I'm not too worried about it. He needed to do on to his open attack and he can't for 2 mana clear to Teemo, so should be acceptable. No shroom draws are kind of tragic there. Okay, so I can frostbite something if I want here. Card's gonna get buffed though. Like, what is he doing with the ephemeral ally stuff? I guess it's still fine though.
A chill in the air.
I'm just confused by these. Like, I'm not really too sure what he's gonna be using with them. Okay, I mean that's fine. Makes sense with Kalista, I guess. So my card's still dead. I don't kill that. I think overall it's still just fine though. Yeah, no real issues. Just played 2 Shroom Pods here, so I have enough spell mana to still play Elixir of Iron with the Sedge, I think.
Excuse you. If it's a fight they want.
Is it play? I don't really have to like let this die here. I can kind of just say that's fine. Let this stuff happen. Should be okay. Yep, we're good. You ever play off-stream? Yeah, I don't usually play Constructed though. I usually do expeditions if I'm playing off-stream. Or I'll co-op with some of my real-life friends sometimes. That's usually what I'll do off-stream if I want to play. Most of my off-stream gaming right now is just League. That's like the main one that I play. That's on actually basically all that I've been playing. I've literally been on like such a bad League of Legends binge for like the past 2 weeks now. It's been terrible. A lot of fun, but just not that great. I mean, I've been playing way too much. I've been having a lot of fun though, for sure.
Swiftly.
I don't think I go Sedge here. I think I just attack with this. See if the vengeance happens or not. Even if I drew like another unit or something, I'd usually say it's fine to play the Sejuani. But because I have double shared spoils, it just feels like it's so crucial to have this happen here that I'm just gonna jam it. Wraith Callers are kind of nuts.
I've always
That's good.
been a fun guy.
I almost just want to play this to block with now. Because I'm gonna get a shroom next round for the shared spoils, so I think we're fine. With 99 in the deck, it's effectively guaranteed. I mean, you could honestly even just say for that reason I should have just played Sedge still. Because she is a bigger, better blocker that will do more into this, but I think okay. Where we're at right now. So he connects with a bunch. I let the Teemo die usually here. I think we won't let the Teemo die for fun though. As the more shrooms you have, the better your clickbait is. Just how it
Love the
goes.
smell of mushrooms in the morning.
Shuffle more in for fun. Still gonna play the Sedge and the Elixir, so it's not like that big of a deal here that we're doing this. He draws a few shrooms. 3 not a ton. Like to see more honestly, but that's fine. Think about cards in Shadow Isles that will buff the health of this. We're looking at Mark of the Isles. I don't know if you played that though. I think there's not a lot of buffs. Playing the viewership game. Nah, I'm playing the... I mean, if you get a game where you have like 200 shrooms on Teemo, I'm gonna put that shit in the thumbnail, man. Come on. That's the game I'm playing. I'm trying to hit that YouTube algorithm, man. Get those nice juicy YouTube gains in there. Let's freeze this 5-5 real quick.
You own what you take.
Sedge is also flipped next round. I mean, there could be a case where he actually doesn't draw one, but you know, in most cases, Sedge can be flipped.
For the mushroom help. Prove your worth.
Do something like that, and we should be okay. I don't think I'm gonna like worry about playing these here. Just chill out. Because I still want to be playing the Iron if I need to. And I mean, the difference between like the 3 extra streams I get off this is pretty minimal, I think. So I'm kind of happy with that. So Sedge will flip now. Nice. 6 is a lot.
Only the strong survive.
Hit the open attack button. Hit that button to freeze the stuff. Okay. And that's a lot of shrooms. Now, this is the problem because it's not even 200 yet. I do have to play the Cloud still to get to 200, so I'm going to do that. And then I've just shared spoils next round. I'll pass now. 201 puff caps, baby. Kind of good. And boom. A quick 10 shrooms, no big deal. GG's. Man, I had to get the Teemo Puff Cap Peddler double Elixir of Iron Star at the one game I played against Swim in the past. I don't even know how long. And I get to 690, the 69 rank. No. We got the sex number with a 0 at the end. And 200 shrooms. Guys, I think I have to end the stream. I have to go buy a lottery ticket, guys. I don't know. But I think it's probably close to the best Teemo Sejuani deck you can play right now. I just put cards in that I think are good and take cards in that I think are bad. That's all I really do with it. It's just a fun deck. I think you're wrong. I don't think it's just a fun deck. It's a Masters viable deck that you can in fact climb with relatively easily. Definitely one of the ones that's a lot better than people think. So I feel like it's a pretty common trend for this game. I feel like a lot of people think if you're not playing like a deck that's tier 1 in Runeterra, like you're just never going to climb, you're going to be hard stuck forever. You know, your deck's going to suck, all that kind of stuff. And I completely disagree. I think you can do well with a lot of different stuff in this game, and you don't have to be super sweaty and only just play like tier 1 shit. It's just me though.
Prepared for anything.
Pass. If we can bring spoils, this hand kind of sucks. See what he does first. Go from there. Tough cap card, cool. So this game is actually about your play, unlike a certain other card game. I think the way you play in Hearthstone matters a lot too. I think it's really easy in whatever game you play to just say like, oh, I don't know, like the way you play doesn't matter. It's not really the case. For sure in some Hearthstone panels it matters a lot less the way that you play. That I mean, it doesn't mean the game's like super easy or anything like that. think at a very base level, like the amount of skill you need to like get from like, I don't know, whatever rank you want to get from to like, I don't know, legend is really easy. But when you're looking at like super high ranks, like top 0.001 of the game, it gets pretty difficult making like those micro decisions that matter a lot. And there is a lot that separates good players from great players. But the thing is, like, at a surface level, the most anybody is really ever going to reach is, like, you know, legend, maybe get, like, a top 200 finish one time, something like that. And they'll be like, this game's pretty easy, but the hard part is doing that kind of stuff consistently, sorry. So it's, like, the same thing in this game, right? Like, there's a patch where Burn's really strong, or, like, you know, the Harrowing Darius deck, that kind of shit. So a lot of people play those decks, spam them, get Masters, and then kind of just be hard stuck, you know, low Masters forever, and then... wow, you have a burn deck or like a Darrowing type deck that literally just plays itself and they can climb again. It's fine. Nothing like really wrong with that, but I don't know. I don't really even remember what the point I was trying to make was, to be honest. I guess that both games take skill. I don't think it really matters that much unless you're playing like at super high ranks anyways. They're both, like, Runeterra is still like relatively easy game to get into and play. Like, yeah, you can outplay people more at lower levels, but it's not going to be as relevant. Pre-recorded? Yeah, the stream is. You're right. How did you know? This guy got me. I cannot believe that I tried to have a pre-recorded stream, guys. Please forgive me. You know, it's one of the things I'll never do again. I promise. Should make a guide video for this deck. That is hilarious that you say that, my friend. I only have like, let's see how many separate YouTube videos I have where I spend 10 minutes talking about how to mulligan and play this deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Teemo Sejuani doesn't count. Maybe it's only 5 because I think I counted the Wayfinder Teemo too. Yeah, only 5. I counted the Wayfinder Teemo. So 1, 2, yeah. Go check out one of those if you want to learn how to mulligan with the deck. And Carson promotes more of a jam curve on stuff playstyle. I mean, that's... Runeterra has the exact same problem with a lot of decks, man. Like, in almost every metagame, there's going to be some deck that's exactly like that in Tier 1. Which will usually be the deck that I complain about. as well. It's, for the most part, usually when I'm not, you know, super excited to see or play against all the time. But there will almost always be a deck like that. And that's just, you know... something that'll happen. You don't get it? Is this deck control mid-range or combo? I mean, so I don't think you have to just classify a deck like that, right? I don't know what I would call it, more mid-rangey, I guess, maybe? I'm not sure. It's not like a control deck, I'll tell you that much. I feel like it's maybe like a mindset that holds a lot of people back in card games is, you know, you need to figure out if your deck is like an aggro mid-range, you know, combo control type of playstyle. And then you also need your deck to have one specific win condition that you play for every single game. Very linear mindset for sure, and one that'll help you if you're like newer. But if you're going to approach a deck like this is one that's not going to be as easy for you to play if you're somebody who wants to approach a game like that, because the deck has a lot of different ways to play in a lot of different matchups, and it doesn't have one clear win condition. So basically what I'm trying to say is the deck is very dynamic, and it won't be one that is very straightforward to grasp. Whereas, if, again, like I'll reference the Darrowing and Burn stuff again, you do the exact same fucking thing every single game, no matter what you're playing against, right? You're going to just exactly curve the same 1, 2, 3, 4 cards on curve, that kind of stuff. That's why those decks are easy, why people can get to inflated ranks with them. And then when you look at like maybe a deck like this, or like a deck like Ezreal Karma, which I would say is also pretty easy. It's really not that tough to play. Building it though is another thing. But playing everything is relatively straightforward. Building it though gets more difficult, but that's a different topic. Thanks for the tips. I don't know if I even helped you, to be honest. I would say check out the video for sure if you want to learn how to mulligan for the deck. That'll help. Yeah, definitely helps with that. I can go over that quite a bit. As far as the deck goes, I mean, yeah, maybe approach it with more of like a mid-range playstyle, and you know, don't look towards just one of the champions to win with, but I think that you can win with both the champions and just the units overall. Like I'm basically winning this game off of just like out-tempoing my opponent, being ahead on board, and trying to just win with my buffed units with Starlets here and Ominok. I'm really doing absolutely nothing crazy here at all. I'm just trying to get there with, you know, my mid-game type of units and not play for either of my champions, which are usually the main things that you do win with in this game. But instead, like, I look at what I'm playing against, which is Ezreal Karma, and I realize that if he gets to turn 10, he's literally just going to win the game on the spot because his deck is completely balanced, and Ezreal is a champion that should stay in the game and is definitely not an imbalanced one. He's one that is, you know, very, very balanced, very fair to play against, very fair to play with, all that kind of stuff. So definitely deserves to stay in the game. There's no issues with him, and he's not something that could be a champion that could potentially deserve a rework or a massive nerf. Definitely not. In a similar fashion to, you know, Karma's design being perfectly acceptable and there being nothing wrong with them at all. Yeah.
Even at war, you remain so calm.
Would panicking help, brother?
Why is Stormclaw in the deck and why not other cards? That's a really interesting question. So when building the deck, I thought about what 40 cards would be best, and I came to the conclusion that Ursine Spiritwalker would be a good card to put in the deck. I kind of looked at it and I was like, two Ursine Spiritwalkers? Yes, those make the final cut. And that was kind of how my thought process went. I looked at every other card available in Freljord P and Z and decided that these two cards were individually better together in this deck than any other card from the region that I could put in that wasn't already capped out. And that was the reason why I put them in there. It's a very difficult process that, you know, it took me quite a while to come to a conclusion on, but once I did, whew, man, I was happy. It's a great choice. Never made a better one in my life.
What is gained when you return malevolence?
I see every move.
Skeptical of Ursine and the ship in the start, but they felt really good. Yeah, they're just good cards. I don't know. There's a lot of cards like this, so like you just don't see other people play, so you just assume are bad. Right? Like, people look at most of the ships outside of Leviathan now that Swain's been kind of discovered to be a good card after however long. But you look at stuff like this and people just go, well, I mean, nobody plays Ursine Spiritwalker, and the one time I tried him, he was garbage.
Your attack is obvious.
Which is fair. He probably was dog shit the first time you played him. Not gonna lie. Like, you probably put him in some random deck that was terrible with him. But this is a deck where you consistently get your smaller units to have buffs through Omen Hawks and the spirit cards, so you kind of just pop off and win. I think I iron that to keep it alive. Doesn't really feel like it's that impactful to do that. It's called Udyr. Is that Udyr? I don't know if that's Udyr or not. Also, hey, Karma. Nice. So I tried really hard to win this game, but then he just played triple concussive bomb and I lost. So it goes. Sometimes you draw none of your champions in the top 15 and, you know, you just don't get there. Nice. Inside of Ages. Let's go. 2 more Karmas in the deck, 4 random spells. Nice. Health Potion, a Jury Rig just as good. Let's go. Okay. So, I mean, maybe he just never gets an Ezreal. I see, is he about to play an Ezreal? Okay.
My heart longs for the poetry of
Okay.
battle.
You will not live long with that attitude. I've always been a fun guy.
I'm gonna say 14 save. But let's be real here. You could have 60 health and you might not even be safe against Ezreal and Karma late game. It's just the way it goes.
Imagination is not experience, and instinct is no substitute for planning.
Oh yes, the classic gotcha. I feel like I am about to get absolutely smoked. And he thought, that seems like a throw. Like, why would you throw away, like, one, the two best cards you have to rummage in most cases, and two, 8 damage with Ezreal for no reason?
Breathe in, breathe out.
I don't know. I'm confused. Thoughts here, gentlemen?
You act, but do not see.
I see every move.
So you kill the 8-1 or win. That's just a starter, right? So Static Shock. I mean, he would be blocking with the 2-1 in a different fashion if he could do that. What did he discard? I did not see what he discarded. Okay, so we Mystic Shot his face because that's how we win. Otherwise, we don't win. He goes to 3, and then I don't really have it out. Okay, our Mystic Shot worked. I don't know about that one, honestly. I really don't. Super confusing, but okay. Deny? I mean, deny, like, so you can talk about deny all you want, but I can't play around that card ever, right? There's never going to be a case where I'm going to have a 2-card can that I got to play around with, it with. I'm playing off the top, so. I don't know, like, I'll take that one, but that was just a weird game, man. I don't know what he's doing. Yes, sir, you're right. Stormclaw is good because you have a bunch of units with 5+ power after the buffs, yeah. That's generally the idea. That's a hand. So he has a lot of cards that challenge the Teemos, though. This should still be good, though, I think. Like the double Teemo take, because I can basically guarantee that one of my Teemos is going to die. So it's nice to have 2. And if I keep the Clump Pump, then that means on 5 I'll have a leveled up Teemo to attack with at least, which is good. Obviously, keeping the Chump Pump is a lot better when you're on odds because... Or even, sorry, because you get to attack on turn 4. Just 1 turn earlier. With the shrooms, because you can just save spell mana for it for the leveled up Teemo swing 1 turn earlier, which is a pretty massive deal, but it's not really in the hand that we're dealt this game, so still fine. I mean, you just want to pass if he's passing here. Feels like he might bust out some 5-head shit, so it seems better to just like pass back and see it's fine. Sure. Maybe just wait on the Teemo until 5 then. Play this just to block with. Think so.
Welcome to the tipsy hour.
Feels like it should be fine. So stack this still the same that is in my YouTube video. Yes, I've changed 0 cards so far. Consider changing the Tusk Rider as a 2-of to a 1-of to potentially include like another Spear Walker or Tavern Keeper though. But I have not changed anything yet. Petition to call Stormclaw Udyr. I don't know if that's a good petition though, because what happens when you actually have Udyr come out as a champ?
Put on me mask, secure me tail, start the day.
Which can happen eventually, right? Definitely can happen.
That's a good shirt for you. You should wear those more often.
Thanks.
I believe the things you say more often. When you're not drinking straight out of your Brita, that is.
That's probably a fairly wildly held belief for sure. And you know what? I would switch it up, but I like to keep it real on stream. I don't like to front with you guys. And you know what? The best way to stay hydrated is by having one of these next to you. You can't hold even half this amount of water in a glass. And if you're a lazy streamer like me who doesn't like to get up and go change your cup out, well, then the best thing you can do is have a Brita filled with water to stay hydrated with on stream. I don't know if there's anything worse than being dehydrated. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I feel like there almost isn't anything worse than being dehydrated. And I wouldn't want to be dehydrated live on stream. It'd be terrible. So it's sort of Omen Hawk here, I think. Hopefully he commits like a lot of his mana here. So I have Blessed Worries with the Teemo. You get to 700 LP with Teemo Sejuani. That's primarily what I played, yeah. Well, Senna's actually called Senna though. And that also doesn't mean that she won't ever be in the game. Just means she isn't in the game yet. It's a little bit different. Thanks for the 32 though, Dan. Hope you're having a great day. What's good with you?
They grow up so fast.
Hit the Teemo button. For 1 minute, we should be okay.
Okay man, just work with me on this one. When you're done this game, go downstairs and grab an empty glass, and when you're thirsty, pour some of that Brita water which is right next to you into the empty glass and drink it. I know, mind boggling, but I guarantee you won't be thirsty.
Okay, so you're suggesting that I make myself do more dishes than I already am. I don't know how I feel about that. So you're suggesting that in addition to washing my Brita every so often, I also wash a glass every so often. That sounds wasteful. I do understand where you're coming from, but I do say that you know, that's not very environmentally friendly. I do not want to have to run the dishwasher any more than I already do at home. Just think about it. If I have to wash the glass every day, that's like 5 extra dishwasher runs a year, and that's a lot. It's not very good. It's wasting water. It's really not great. And we're already consuming a lot of water because we're out here staying hydrated non-stop. Because that's just what we're about. So I don't know. Never wear your underwear outside of my pants. I have not tried it. I have not tried it actually. Could be a good shout though, honestly. How about you try it and get back to me and let me know how it goes. We could do that. Yeah, I mean, you know, British sponsorship is possible. I'm gonna say it's not very likely, but hey, you know what? It could potentially be doable in another world, maybe.
So then use this $1 American dollar, which is like 37 Canadian dollars, to buy a dozen paper cups. When you finish stream, you can just throw away the paper cup. Your generation doesn't really care about the environment anyways.
I don't know if that's true, but yeah, we could do that. I think it's more your generation, or like the boomers before you, maybe. It feels like my generation actually really does care about the environment. I shit you not. I went on like, so one of my friends set me up with a date like a week ago now, and while we were on the date, it was like at a fun park place called Castle Fun Park. Basically, what happened was, my friend's girlfriend got really mad at him because she texted him and told him that she was going to get one of the Fun Pass cards. So I'll give you, I'll literally show you what it is. It's a plastic card. She was like, you're gonna like literally kill the fucking environment with it. Also, if you guys want to know how you can tell somebody's a full-time streamer, look at this, dude. That's how you can tell somebody's a full-time streamer. I don't have the card still, but it's just like a plastic card. So I use like, I don't know. It's one that I can use. It's not gonna dox me super hard. Skill compass card, something like this, right? A plastic card like this. You just like swipe when you want to play games. So he got an extra one, and she was like super heated about that, and they got into like a 5-minute argument about it, and yeah, it kind of ruined the vibe of the entire day because that's how passionate she is about the environment. So some people, my generation, really do care, I'd say. Definitely a little bit of a tangent, and not everybody cares that much. Like me, you know, a plastic card doesn't really matter that much to me, but to her, it really does. I should probably attack with both these first, because this block's really bad. Yeah, that makes sense. Dating during coronavirus? I think my province has, like, 60 active cases right now. And only 3,000 total. BC is honestly one of the safest places in the world, I think, as far as coronavirus goes. I think actually, like, yesterday was, like, one of the worst days, actually.
Fun fact about Control, he has negative $1 in his bank account if it's free.
That's true.
He can't afford it.
That is also very true. Not actually, no, you just gave me $3, so that's not true. I have $3, so now I have $2 in my bank account. I mean, I have to wait for Twitch to pay it out, but I technically do have more money than you're suggesting now.
Mushrooms could talk.
Yeah, I have $2 in my bank account. When Twitch pays it out, then I mean I'll be a rich man. I don't know what to say, guys. I'm gonna be too rich to hang out with you guys. That's all that I know for sure.
I've always been a fun guy.
I'm gonna have to go get a fucking yacht. With $2, I could probably rent a yacht for like 16 seconds. That's enough to take a picture for Instagram, then get the fuck off the yacht, right? That's pretty cool. That'd be a good Instagram Good Instagram
No,
post.
I gave you $5. 50 cause I subbed also.
True. True. You're not wrong. And that's bumped up now.
Crap, and then I just cheered $1, so then 6.
Oh no!
50.
Thanks for being stuck in a loop. I appreciate it, Dan.
Crap, I am stuck in a loop.
Miss Sejuani, me too. Oh no, he has fraud cards. That's not a good look. Oh, but the shrooms though. Okay, that's not bad. We're actually kind of out here killing him. Kind of a good look. Oh, he's like actually really dying.
I gotta work with this joker.
Okay, so we draw.
So how did the date go? Will there be a second?
I don't think so, honestly. Like it wasn't like bad or anything, but I feel like that kind of like killed the vibes, I guess. It was also kind of weird because it was like I've never really been on a date that like someone's organized for me before. But like it was like one of his girlfriend's friends and I'm like his friend. So he tried to like set us up, but I don't know, it was kind of weird. Well, I didn't really feel like it was a look to me, to be honest. So probably not another date, unfortunately, but you know, search continues. Just how it goes. Oh wait, I could also just win the game, right? He's at 3 HP. Yeah. Man, I almost missed lethal. Holy shit. Wow.
Do you think it's maybe cause you took her to a children's arcade?
It could be, yeah. But if anything, that's very telling of my character, right? So I don't think there's anything wrong with that. And also, I was not the one who chose where we went. That was set up beforehand by my friend, not by me. So I think it was by his girlfriend. So I didn't set that part up. But yes, it is telling my character. Because, I mean, I do play children's video games all day. So, you know.